Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild walkthrough. So this video we will be heading to the Hateno Tower, which I for a second there thought we'd be going to that waypoint, but then I'm like, wait a minute, no, we gotta go to the tower first. So this will be the first time that we complete a tower that has some kind of real so-called challenge to it. To complete this tower, you'll need either a fire arrow or you'll need flint and wood. So you get wood by chopping down trees, and I've done that in previous videos many times. And flint you get from blowing up rocks with arrows or hitting them with, not arrows, bombs, or you hit them with like the iron warhammer to break them open. Now it's not just any rock, it's ore rocks. They look totally different. You should have seen them by now. Hopefully you have one or two flint, and that's pretty much one of the main reasons why you do want to break those open is to get flint, because being able to start a fire anywhere you go is going to be pretty helpful. I would not recommend talking to that guy because I'm pretty sure he's a Yiga tribe member. If you want to kill him, you can. He can drop a pretty okay weapon from time to time. They also drop some rupees and mighty bananas, and the mighty bananas can be cooked for an attack boost. So that is helpful, but they're a little bit tough. I don't really want to kill him yet. So there's the tower, and we're going to be looking out for this bridge on the right side here, but of course I'm on a horse, and it's a little bit hard to turn them around immediately, so I'm going to try to avoid some of these bokoblins, and I'm not going to bother killing them. Even though I've been saying this whole walkthrough it's a good idea to kill them so you can get their bokoblin parts, but I'm going to skip those ones and focus more on the enemies that are coming up here. This will be the first time, if you're following my pathway, this should be the first time that you've run into moblins, and if you've played previous Zelda games, you're probably familiar with them, but they look pretty dang weird in this game. They're all kind of lanky and have a tongue that hangs out. So as I said in the previous video, getting the spear from that shrine was extremely useful, and it is, because it can kill those moblins in 4 hits, and when you're on a horse, you don't really have to worry so much about dodging the moblin attacks. Moblins are extremely strong, and I would not be surprised if they are still capable of killing me in 1 hit this early in the game, so I would recommend using a horse to kill them, or of course you can just kind of run past them if that works for you. So up here there's a couple more moblins, and I think also a couple of bokoblins, and I think I get knocked off my horse. I don't really remember though. Anyway, this guy's got a giant club, so I'm not going to deal with that. And there's an ore rock right to the right of, it's kind of to the left, or it's to the right of me now. It was to the left of me. You probably caught it. Once again, I didn't notice that when I was killing the moblin. I just now noticed that. So at least there's a good chance there will be some ore rocks nearby in case you need some flint, and there's a pretty good chance that those are going to drop flint. If there's not, you may need to look around and just try to find some, break them open, because you're going to need flint for this. We're going to need fire, basically. So that was the second moblin, and also some random bokoblin, no idea where he came from. So here's another set, and that guy was actually sleeping because it's pretty early in the morning, so I guess they still sleep at 7 a.m. I do too, but anyway. This spear is really awesome because it can just kill them right in 4 hits, and of course you'll want to pick up the moblin parts. They're pretty good for money this early in the game, and they're also good for upgrading items later on. So I'm going to leave Horsey there, and there's going to be another bokoblin later up here that I would not recommend wasting your spear on, but I think I wasted a couple of hits on him. And I said a while ago that I've never seen an enemy die to fall damage, and yet this is the first time in my, like, I don't know, 80 hours I've played this game that I've seen an enemy die to fall damage. So I don't know if I killed him first or if he actually died because he fell, because that is not the first time I've dropped people off of cliffs and nothing happened to their health. But that is the first time that I've dropped an enemy off a cliff and he died. So anyway, we're going to need to start a fire. If it's raining, this is not a good idea, but if it's not raining, like it isn't right here, this should be fine. I would recommend creating a save file before then, because if it starts raining immediately, then you'll want to be able to load it in case you don't want to waste your flint, so you'll be able to load it, wait for the rain to pass, and then do this again. So to start a fire, you'll need wood and flint. You'll just want to hold them in the inventory like you would when you're cooking something, and then drop them on the floor and attack them with a metal weapon, and then a fire will start. So as you notice, I can light up my torch here. That's the other thing. You're also going to need a torch, which you should always carry a torch with you. And then you'll want to, you can light weapons on fire too, but they burn up eventually. So those boko weapons, those can be lit on fire too, in the event they do not have a torch. So we're going to use this to light up as many of these bramble thorn thicket things as we can. And this one's kind of pointless, and I don't really know why I decided to do this one, but If you kind of look at the tower, which I don't think I did very much, most of the tower is covered in these thorns, and the best way to get rid of them is fire. And I think there's a I've never done it this way. I'm trying to make this walkthrough the easier way, so I don't know if there's a way to actually climb up there without burning down everything. There probably is, but I'm just gonna go through with this way of burning down all the thickets that you can, and this is not going to be too common. You're not going to have to burn off a lot of these thorns off of too many towers, so that's kind of nice. What's a little bit annoying is that if really anything happens to you, your torch gets put out, and it was kind of good that that one did get put out, because I noticed that I didn't actually light that cooking pot, which I thought I did because it all caught fire, but nope, apparently I did not. So that time I did, and the cooking pots go out in the rain, but they don't go out as quickly as fires that you make. If you rest at a fire that you make, then they'll be extinguished by the time you wake up, and I think after a certain amount of time anyway, those fires that you make will finally go out, and the wood will disappear, which kind of disappointed me. I was kind of hoping I could put fires in different places of the world, and that way I could just put flint on them instead of wood and flint, but no. So anyway, I'm trying to burn this part like I was trying to do last time. This will allow me to climb up here and really get started on burning off the thorns that are on the tower. Another thing that you'll notice is that if you start a fire, then the wind really picks up. There's a big updraft that gets formed. So I'm going to do kind of a cool trick that isn't the easiest thing to pull off if you're not used to the controls in this game. It's not difficult by any means, but it's not the easiest thing to pull off. But the reason I'm burning these off is in the event that the thing I'm about to do fails, you'll be able to climb up normally. So you just want to go around and try to burn off as many sides of these thickets as you can. Also, remember, you can throw the torch at these thorns, and that might make it catch fire. Don't be afraid to throw the torch. The torch can survive quite a few hits, especially if you've never used it before. And just remember, throwing fire things is a pretty good way to get rid of stuff. So anyway, as you notice, there's that updraft that I was talking about, and that allowed me to really skip a pretty big part of climbing up the tower. Now, if you burn off those two sides, you should be able to climb up normally, and hopefully you can face yourself in the correct direction to actually grab onto the stupid tower in the first place. So I almost got up to that right away, but I had to fall down a little bit and then I could climb up here. But like I said, you don't have to do it that way. If you burn off those two thorns, then you should be just fine climbing this normally. Having an extra stamina vessel, as I've said before, will help a lot, and then you'll just climb this like really any other tower. So you'll want to activate it. That'll holy cow. Trying to smash together too many words here. So anyway, that will reveal all the parts of the map in the Hateno area, and as usual, you will want to take a couple of minutes to kind of look around, see what's around you, see if there's any easily accessible shrines. Go to those shrines, or if there's just anything interesting that you want to go to, just go to it. You know, there's no limits in this game. Just go do stuff. Have fun in it. It's pretty awesome. But this is a walkthrough, so we're going to make it super serious, straightforward, heavily goal-oriented, which is the end of the game. So anyway, we are almost at the top of the tower. Once I get there, that will be the end of the video, which means I'm going to stop narrating now, and I will see you in the next part of this walkthrough for Breath of the Wild.